Okay, thank you, Brother Bobby. Good morning, everybody, Dhamma friends. We are going to start off the morning Dhamma talk, Sunday Dhamma talk. So before we start, let us pay respect to the Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Our topic today is going to be Buddhist secrets for fast and peaceful sleep. Normally it's supposed to be peaceful sleep. When you are peaceful, when the sleep is peaceful, then it must come to us fast, right? Unless you have a medical problem, right? So let us see. Do you know the Pali word for sleep? Ninda, right? Ninda? Not Ninda. Ninda means blame. Ninda means sleep. Ninda, Tandi. There are Pali words for that, but I think we don't have to be very much serious about them. Sleep is very necessary when you learn Buddhist teachings. Of course, it is a very accepted fact that we need to be able to sleep well, even for the practice. So there are so many teachings about it. On one side, it's about the need of sleep. And on the other hand, there are teachings about drowsiness and also how the Buddha slept and those information. So let us take a look at the topic covering most of those information. So this is one thing to think about, why some cannot sleep. Could be due to a couple of reasons, maybe many reasons. Busy minds, even when bodies are tired. It is not only the body, but also the mind. Normally we think it's the body, right? Body is so tired. But for some people, when the body is tired, they can sleep well, right? When they walk a lot and when they are so tired, they can sleep well. But some others, it might not be. And when they look for the reason, it could be something about our thoughts, our emotions, perceptions. There could be many with regard to the mind context. And this second reason is something very common to many in today's world. A digital overload and late night screen habits, right? Can we sometimes spend time without the phone? I know that you are sometimes working, you have to keep in touch with your loved ones, right? But time to time, is it possible for us to spend time without the phone? Just to see what will happen to us, nothing else, right? I hope that then you will, see things maybe clearer. Now think about somebody takes a photo of the outside here, those trees, and then send to you, and then you see that photo of the trees, and you are right there, and you can see the environment from there. So there is a difference, right? So seeing through the screen and seeing through our naked eyes, both are important. But can we spend some time in our daily life without the gadgets, not even the phone? It could be any other gadget. It could be a old type of TV. It could be another gadget, right? Is it possible? I think it's a challenge, But if you do it, you will see some happiness in a way. Because when we keep looking at these screens, what will happen naturally is that our eyes are going to be strained. Now, we don't know what problems will come to our generations now, because people didn't have this much of connections to digital gadgets 10, 15, maybe 20 years ago. Maybe the problem was somebody was watching a TV nearby. But nowadays, they keep watching for many hours, and you can't take your eyes off from the gadgets because it's too interesting about the stuff. Right? It might be a documentary, it might be a gossip, it might be global politics, it might be a sensual pleasure something. But the thing is the time that we are consuming with the gadget. So definitely eye problems and even some other problems, attention deficiency. Right? A lot of people nowadays cannot remember things. Why? They always want to go and check. Earlier it was a certain platform. Nowadays they go to AI platform. So they don't think that they have to retain certain things in their mind. So the brain needs that memorization, but you leave it that for the AI gadgets, AI platforms. So I think while AI is very important, we have to go with that. But still memory is important. If you leave all your memory sanya, good sanya, onto a AI platform, then that is not good for your brain. So I think then there will be more people who might be catching dementia, Alzheimer in the next 2 to 3, 4 decades. Because brain is not working. Brain needs to work. But the thing is that you can get things done through these apps. That's for your easy stuff, for your comfort. But the problem is you are carrying the brain. Brain needs that activity. Some of the people in certain countries, when they go through Alzheimer or those cognitive dysfunctional problems, they are advised to do the puzzles. Like seniors, right? Crosswords and all these things. Why? When you do the puzzles, you have to maintain a certain memory, right? But now you don't need puzzles because you go to AI apps. Can you solve this for me? And AI will solve. It's good for you. It's easy for you. But then that memorization, retention abilities will be disturbed. I don't know what will happen to those people in the next, couple of decades, right? So that's why it's very important that we need to kind of get off from these gadgets a bit earlier, saying your loving messages to your loved ones, and then to get ready for your sleep, right? It's not always a magic to be able to sleep, right? So we have things to do. So that is another reason. Unprocessed emotions from the deep. This is also very interesting. Normally in Ayurveda traditions, they are talking about 3 things, right? What are they referring to? Phlegm, bile, and wind, right? These are the 3 things that are, making up our body in a sense. So then we might be improving our phlegm level, maybe bile level, wind level. There was a old teaching in some of the books, Buddhist books, that when you are too much into sensual pleasures, your phlegm level will go higher, right? Your phlegm level. And if you are too much angry, your bile level will go up, right? B-I-L-E, bile. So, and if you too much anger, hatred, the level of bile will go up. Not good. And then if you are too much ignorant about what's happening to you in daily life, it is said you might catch rheumatic problems, wind-based problems, wind-based sicknesses. Don't think that somebody got osteoarthritis, rheumatic problem just because of ignorance. But they say so in those texts. So that means we have to take care of our phlegm properly. We have to take care of our bile, B-I-L-E, we have to take care of the wind element. So I think whenever emotions change during the day, emotions are our reactions, right? How do we understand emotions? Emotions are not feelings in the first place. You are feeling something, you are reacting to those feelings, and emotions arise. But in psychology, they have different thoughts too, especially uh, traditional psychology and positive psychology. Nowadays, they are talking about positive psychology last 15 to 20 years. Because earlier they were talking phobias, what do you call? Phobias, mental sicknesses, symptoms and all that. And then another branch of psychology got into positive psychology, mindfulness, gratitude and all that kind of stuff. That's interesting. So the important thing here is that the way how you react to feelings, right? Let's say there are so many conditions for you to become jealous, and you choose not to be jealous, and you choose to be altruistic with regard to the condition. So then you are creating a different kind of emotion. But the default mood of many is that when they are going through conditions with regard to jealousy, they choose jealousy over to that condition. So emotion. So the thing is that emotions are arising throughout the day. That is not the problem. But the thing is that Buddhism thinks that we need to process these emotions in a healthy way, right? How to process these emotions? So most emotions are being unchecked by us, so that more akusala have more opportunities to arise with them. So let's say you have a sensual pleasure, obsessive sensual pleasure, maybe unchecked anger, hidden anger, passive anger, maybe something else, maybe such kind of emotions. You need to check them time to time. It's like when you are driving, you have to check check the road, right? 3 second rule. Yeah, what's happening, rear, both side, blind spots. You have to scan the road. Then only you can have a good picture about how to drive. Once you miss checking that, you don't know objects coming to you, different things are happening on the road. You may not have time to prevent any problem. In the same way, we need to check the emotions time to time, not in a very serious way. Then you will become very much excited about all emotions. Just do it normally. I know this was coming to me and I'm reacting, or am I responding to the emotion? Right? So I think it's better to process our emotions, whatever those reactions, with responses. Buddhism talks about responses, wise responses, panya, not reactions. Reactions are automatic, right? So we want to respond to the emotion. So when we go through the day, now we started the Sunday, so now the day is going. By the end of today, we should be able to process our emotions in a healthier way. We might not be able to do it properly in the first couple of times, but as we do it slowly, gradually, we will come to a level that we can process them in a healthier way. If not, this could disturb the sleep, because at night it will come to you. Somebody talked to me so bad, right? In the morning, I could not say anything to that person. Tomorrow I'm going to say something to that person. Right? Why is it? You could not check it. Maybe this was something I should have let go at that point. I don't have to carry it with me, right? So that way, it's better to process in a healthier way, in a Dhamma way. Healthier means Dhamma way here. Of course, that is more healthier. Constant planning, worrying, replaying. Planning. Are we supposed to plan ahead things? Do you have a plan number of events today? Now after this Dhamma talk, Dana, I don't know if you're going for Dana. And then after that, where you're going, what you're going to do. You have a certain plan? So we need to plan. What if that we are over planning everything? We want to schedule a lot of things in nowadays. We have no freedom space. We don't have a buffer for the freedom. Like, let's say I don't want to plan certain things in my day. Whenever I want to do, I will do it. Whenever I want to go, I go. We should keep that space for us. Why is it? In case our plans are not going to be materialized, then we are not happy. That is a problem with regard to planning too much. We have to plan, but don't plan too much. Don't over plan. But don't do, you should not stay without planning as well. You have to plan, but leave a buffer, leave a space for something that you can manage on that day. But some people are always thinking, always. That disturbs them. A rumination, that rumination disturbs them. That is too much intellectual understanding, intellectual plan. Sometimes we don't need intellectual understanding. We just want to be us, right? To tap into that happiness, right? If you are too analytical, too much thinking about everything, then you won't be able to do simple things. I normally share a story, I don't know whether it's a mythological story. Perhaps it's a true story in Sri Lanka. It is said that there was a very famous teacher, long time ago, maybe in 18th, 17th, 16th century, a Sinhalese teacher, and he had his 7, 8 students, very competent students. So the teacher had advised all of them, don't do anything without referring to the book I written. So you have to always refer to the book. You have to always turn over the pages, see what you are supposed to do when there is a need. So one day they were crossing with the teacher and everybody, they were crossing a footbridge. And then what happened? There was rain, and at the same time, lots of things happening, too much water as well. What happened? Teacher had a fall and he fell into the water. Maybe it's a lake or river, maybe a river, small streamlet. Then one of the students was very bold and he wants to jump into the place and to rescue the teacher. The other said, no, the book. Where's the book now? And they're looking for the book now. And they found the book. They said, look for a page. What should we do when the teacher falls from the footbridge? So they tried so much to find out that place, but they couldn't find. And they said, teacher passed away in that watery place. That's why, even though there are a lot of Dhamma books, you don't depend on them all the time. You need some space to think by yourself. Right? Then only you can practice Dhamma. You can learn a lot of things from Dhamma books. There's no problem. But the real things that we are going through might not be reflective about all these things. We need our space for that. A buffer, a kusala buffer. I call it a kusala buffer, space for all of us to think about. What should I do now? Maybe I have to think about a custom tailored answer for that through my own wisdom. Right? So don't overplan, but plan. Don't overplan. Don't be driven by too much plans in your life, but plan ahead. You plan your life. That should be done. And constant worrying. There are so many reasons for people to be worried in their life. Maybe aging, maybe sicknesses, money, loved ones, even the global politics, even sometimes the Dhamma path, right? Some people are worried about that too. So, according to the Buddha, worrying is a nivarana, right? What is it? Hindrance. It is one of the hindrances. We call it as kukucha, right? Ku, double Ku, double Ca, kukucha. So, then the Buddha is asking us to live a worry-free life. So, how to live a worry-free life? That is what the Buddha is teaching us. The more you know Dhamma, then you have an answer to all these challenges in your life. A short answer and a long answer. So you have to find it out. So, although some people become little bit incapacitated, like in those moments, they don't have to be worried. They have to always look at the situation in a bit clear way. What should I do now? Should I be overwhelmed? Should I be worried now? No, I think there is a thing I can do at this point. I have to find that thing to do at this point. So it's better not to worry rather than looking for a practical answer from the Dhamma. And replaying. Sometimes we are going through flashbacks of things, right? Especially people who have gone through trauma, certain crimes, certain things that they saw in their naked eyes, and then at night those things are going to popping up in their mind. So they need to let go certain things, right? Otherwise they are going to come to them as a flashback. So to replaying. And stress stored in the body. There's no relaxation, right? It's better to relax our bodies time to time. Deep breaths, right? Even you would like to go for a yoga class, maybe Tai Chi, Qigong, right? Any other thing, whatever the thing that maybe if you cannot go, if you don't like to join any of the, at least to go for a walk, to relax your muscles. You are going to overcome tightness, tension in the body. That needs, because otherwise you are going to be so much strain, so much, tense in your body. You need to relax them in the proper way. So these are not the full list of the reasons why people might not be able to sleep well, but these are, I would say, potential reasons why many cannot sleep. So the idea, suggestion is that we need to lower them, reduce them every day in our practice. What Buddhism says about sleep. When a Buddhist monk is going to the West and going to teach meditation, they say mindfulness. Those monks are sometimes going through some issues. Issues are coming from the Western audiences. So when a Westerner comes to the temple, for the most part, they are looking for meditation. I want to join the meditation class, mindfulness class. Then the monk teaches them that you have to start with sila. Sila means precepts. Not to kill, not to steal, not to sexually misbehave, not to lie, not to take any food, beverages to an extent that our minds are becoming clouded. So I cannot make a proper decision. These are 5%. So when the monk is going to teach these 5, they become not easy. You don't teach me what to do, what not to do. I came here for the meditation, just to relax. This is the Western meditation, mindfulness training. Right? Normally it was started by somebody in late 70s, John Kabat-Zinn, as a relaxation program for secular events. So it's something. But in Buddhism, can we teach meditation without sila? No. Why? You will know the reason today. Let's say you want to practice meditation at night, just before you sleep. Any meditation, maybe metta or any breath meditation. Though you want to practice meditation, certain things that happen to you during the day will pop up in your mind. I lied to someone, I was mean to somebody, and I disturbed someone today, right? Those are unchecked emotions, just like in this, as one of the reasons, you see, unprocessed emotions. Those are popping up in your mind, and you know that you are not good. Actually, you could have better behaved, right? Even though they were not noticed by others, but you know that you were not good during those moments. So then, those are going to disturb your meditation. So only when you stick to the precepts in your way, in your own way, perhaps, at least you can have a good mind to rest for the meditation. Now I have a very small question. Have you tried to sleep when you were so angry with someone, especially a loved one? You can't sleep. Why is it? You want to prove yourself. You want to defend yourself. That I am right and you are wrong. And you want to prove on and on. And then you are very unsettled that night. Maybe you can't sleep the whole night sometimes. And then morning you want to start the second battle, second fight, right? Second day, yeah? And then the other person also not happy, also fighting with you. And it will go to the third day, you are so much drained, your emotions, feelings, body all drained. And you know that something is very bad. I can't sleep. I can't do my daily chores, right? Because both of them cannot agree on certain things, right? Perhaps they have to compromise, right? This could be children and parents, maybe partners, husband and wife, anybody, maybe boss and employer and employee, right? So we should create that buffer zone for everybody to become their own way and then to do something. So without sila, it is difficult, challenging for us to sleep, right? So it's better to keep to our precepts. At least we are trying to keep our precepts, right? Not to kill, not to steal, and those five. So when you have a better sila practice, then you can concentrate easily, better, right? That's why when you go to a meditation retreat, you have to have a lot of sila to go there, right? You need sila, otherwise you can't concentrate. You only concentrate about the technical things in the retreat, but practically you are not doing anything with. You are not progressing. Only when you have a good sila, you can digest easily, right? Otherwise, too much information, or this, that. Right? So then concentration is natural. When you have the concentration natural, wisdom is automatic, right? Now you see in the Noble Eightfold Path, there's no place called wisdom, right view, right intention, right speech, then right action, right living, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration, and then that's it. Where's the wisdom? May I know where's the wisdom in the Noble Eightfold Path? Wisdom is natural. It's like a fountain. You see, the Buddha has given this in an example in another sutta, that there's a mountain and there are 4 to 5 lakes in the mountain. And they are crystal clear turquoise water, those see-through water. Right? You might take an example from Rocky Mountains in Canada, like those lakes, crystal clear turquoise water. Then you are wondering, I never see that the water is, going down. Why is that? How come these lakes have water all the time? Then you understand they have fountains. Water is bubbling out of the fountain inside the lake. So that means when you are practicing Noble Eightfold Path as your Dhamma journey, wisdom is natural. It is naturally arising at that point. So when you keep to the sila, then you can concentrate easily, and then wisdom is natural. So that is why I'm trying to say Buddhism teaches us a gradual way to get to a good sleep. Protect your sila, samadhi, and then that wisdom, when you come to that wisdom, it might be a daily activity. Wisdom moments, then again you might run out of your wisdom, but again you keep your sila and then samadhi, panya. This is one way to look at it. On the other hand, it is a lifelong journey. But anyway, it's important to keep to this tree. One beautiful night. What is this? The Pali word is Baddha Eka Ratta. There are 4 suttas in the Majjhima Nikaya where Buddha talks about, Majjhima Nikaya means an original place where we learn suttas. The Buddha teaches 4 suttas 131, 132, 133, 134, where Buddha teaches how to have a beautiful night. Is it important to have a beautiful night? So, what do people do to have a beautiful night normally in their life? To invite their friends over to their house, doing some partying, drinking, what else? Eating, after all, gossiping, and then what else? Listening to music and also singing. Some people want to play, and that is the usual default, what do you call, beautiful night mood to many people, right? I'm not going to comment on that, that is how people do it. But the Buddha teaches us it is possible to have a beautiful night only when we have four essential qualities. Because um, sleep is a what you call a consequence of that. So I would say these are precursors. These four are precursors to the sleep. The four suttas below teach us what makes a beautiful night. To experience such a beautiful night, we need to cultivate four essential qualities. So suttas are Baddhikaratta Sutta, Ananda Baddhikaratta Sutta, Mahakachana Baddhikaratta Sutta, Lomasakangiya Baddhikaratta Sutta. The first one I think is given by the Buddha. Second three following the same structure given by other monks. Number one, in order for us to have a beautiful night in this sutta, the Buddha says, Atitang nanva gameya. Let go of the past. In today's world, we are highly talking about something, positive thinking. Is it very important to be positive with regard to anything that we are going through in our life? Suddenly you park in the wrong place and you didn't pay the parking, and then the official come and then fine you. And then some people getting very mad, right? Why you given me a parking fine? And somebody might think, okay, I'm going to do it. It's good for the government, local government, right? Dana to the government. You do dana only to the monks, right? Dana for the government. That's it, right? Then other people might be thinking, until today I didn't get a parking ticket, but today, I came to the temple. Why they gave me a parking ticket, right? They cannot process it. So take it in a very humorous, nice way, when something happened to us, not in a very serious, money, over calculating about expenses and all that. What happened to me today, right? So it's, according to Buddha, the number one thing that we need to do to have a beautiful night is let go of the past. Do not keep replaying what has already ended. Is past important to us? Yes, it is important to us. Past can be any past, right? Now it's already, what time is it now? 10:30 already. Now 10 o'clock was the past. Even 9:30, the time you start the Buddha Puja, Buddha Vandana also passed, right? So now at the end of this Dhamma talk, we share the good karma, right? So what we are doing with that activity? We are thinking about the past, what we've been doing today, right? On an anniversary date, what are the couples doing? They are trying to cherish about the moments that happened during the whole year past. Maybe they are planning for the next year. During your mother's anniversary, what you are doing? Thinking about those happy moments that you spent with your mother, past. But you are in the present moment. Past is important. You cannot ignore it. But there's a way to look at the past in Buddhism. You need to learn that. According to the Buddha says you need to go to the past whenever necessary, but do not dwell in the past. Stay in the past, learn the mistakes out of it, learn the memories out of it, come back here to the present moment. That is the Buddhist way. But unfortunately, what is happening to many is when they go to the past, they cannot come back. What to do? Then they are saying different things. I had the deja vu feeling, I had this and that. They can't come back. Right? That is a problem. So, if you practice Dhamma, you should be able to go to the past come back here. That's the motivation over there. That is number one. You need that one, right? So we need to let go of the past as necessary. But past is important. But you are going to not going to stay, learn, come here to make this moment more beautiful. Second, do not cling to the future. Na patikanke anagatam. Anagata means future in Pali. Do not live in hopes, fears, or fantasies about what hasn't come. Right? So that means are we not supposed to be hopeful, ambitious? We need to be. We need to be hopeful. We need to be ambitious. We need to keep our plans for the future, but never living those hopes, never living in those ambitions. You should do what is necessary to do at this moment. Because we never know what will happen. Some people don't like to share their future things, right? They are scared things won't happen. Maybe if we share with the wrong person. So better stick to you. We don't know what will happen. But you are doing the best for that. So the reason why the Buddha asks you not to cling to the future is that you need to plan ahead the future, but don't live in the future because future has not yet come to us. So past and future. And some people are going through a very difficult future because of the past incidents too, right? So if you don't have the proper attitude with regard to the past, then your future will also be, affected. So better to have the right attitudes about these two. Third, know the present clearly. See what is happening now in body and mind. Pachuppanna, pachupannancha yo dhamma. Pachuppanna means this moment. What is the most important moment in our life? Past moment, present moment, or the future moment? Present moment. Why is it? Why is this moment very important? The other moments are also important. But why this moment is very important? The possibilities, potentials are only lying in this moment. Right? Other things are projections or memories. So we have to use the past and future to make this moment more beautiful. So then we understand, never become angry, never yell at other people, never spend any moment with unnecessary emotions. Try to make this moment happy because we never know what will happen to us. Right? And don't wait for, that longer, because then this moment will be the past. If I don't do proper things today, in this moment, we will ruin our past too. But sometimes you need to wait for certain things too. We have to understand that too. What are those things? Especially when you need to talk certain things, you have to postpone certain things. That means when you postpone certain sharings, that might be good for you, right? Let's say you know certain things, but you want to share very fast. Sometimes you don't need to share those things fast. You have to wait. Because if you share it, more problems can happen. Right? There was a real story in one of my Sutta study classes, that one lady saw another man. The man was a friend's husband. And this man was going with another person, extramarital affair. And she was kind of shocked to see that. This is not how she sees this man, because she's always seeing with that her friend. And then what happened? Should I call her? Should I take a photo or should I? And then she was now at the same time asking the question. And she thought, no, I'm not going to say it, because maybe this problem can be, more complicated, right? And then I said, that's a very beautiful thing you did. I didn't ask what happened after. Now she's going to say that after that. Okay? I said, that's a very good thing you did. And she said, what happened after? After some time, maybe a couple of weeks, months, and she found out this thing, and they talk it out, and they sort it out. Now they are again good. They went back to their life, real life. But that day, if I call her, something could have happened. Possibly a divorce as well, right? It doesn't mean we let people to do bad things. Sometimes there is something regarding time. You don't need to bother anything, disturb anything. It doesn't mean that we accept someone's those activities. Sometimes the time matters, especially when you talk to someone about good things, bad things, right? So all are coming from the present moment. So let us see these things with regard to the present moment. Practice here and now. Liberation, nibbana, enlightenment is cultivated only in this living moment. It is not a futuristic thing. So these are the 4 things that we have to think about for a beautiful night. Let go of the past. Don't cling to the future. Know the present clearly. Practice here and now. This is psychologically acceptable. You can see that modern psychology agrees on many contexts. When you have racing thoughts, those thoughts delay sleep onset, the time. Emotional residue keeps the nervous system alert. The brain needs safety signals to rest. This is interesting. When you are going through unchecked emotions, brain knows that you are not settled down. So the brain needs safety. You should not think that I am here, brain is here. No, brain wants to rest, but brain cannot rest because brain thinks there's an imminent danger to the brain, those emotions. So we need to we have to be kind to our brain too, right? So we have to let it rest. So Buddhism teaches that a disturbed mind cannot enter deep rest, physically, mentally, emotionally. So it's the real problem is not sleep in the first place. It is about checking our emotions, our reactions, our thoughts. So we go to the first secret. They are not secrets all the time, but I think we will discuss them. Close the day consciously. I think you need to pause for 2 minutes before bed. Recall one good thing you did today. Would that change your sleep? Would that? It could. Normally people are asking what to do when someone is going to die in a bedridden situation. Maybe we will ask that person to do some meditations and all that. That might be a little bit too much for that person at that point. Chanting is a good thing. Out of all the good things, what they can do is they can remind the person who's in the bed, good things you done. You did dana, you did this and that. Because those are tangible things. Tangible things. So people can easily remember tangible things over non-tangible stuff. So in the same way, if you can recall one good thing you did today, I supported someone, I volunteered, I did this and that, I was nice to somebody today, I talked to my parents, maybe I talked to someone in a nice way, that helps you to be happy, right? So it's very important to recall, think about at least one good thing. You may be doing more good things, at least one good thing. So it will help you to relax in that particular moment. Forgiveness, right? Sometimes we are good, but some people don't like to forgive them for their mistakes. Don't think about other people. So we need to forgive us. Why? The human nature is making mistakes. It's a natural part of us. Lobha is a natural, greed is a natural part of us. Don't blame yourself. The only thing is you have to manage it. Some people are thinking, poisons, lobha is a poison, dosa is a poison, moha is a poison, greed, hatred, delusion, they are poisons. Who is carrying poisons? You are carrying poisons then. No, they are natural part of us. When we become emotionally attached, we have lobha, even towards our mother, father. We don't have the same thoughts for another elderly lady, another elderly man. Why is it? That attachment is embedded, right? But the thing is how to understand my own attachment. emotional attachment to those people. That is the Buddhist part. Not to blame the attachment, right? Am I a good person? Am I a good son? Am I a good parent? Am I good so and so? That is the Buddhist part. Not to blame those XYZ things. So, it's very important to understand that greed is a natural part of us. Yes, it is not a good thing. I have to keep it down. Right? Hatred is a natural part of us. Yes, it's not a good thing. I have to keep it down. Moha is the embedded nature of our samsara, delusion. I have to know my ignorance. Right? So when I know these things as being natural part of me, then I can forgive me easily. Actually, the reason why many people cannot forgive others is that because they cannot forgive themselves in the first place. Not that there is a difficulty. If you look at that, oh, that person did that to me. He shouldn't have done it to me, but he did it. I'm so angry. I had to be angry now. I have to, discharge those emotions. I have to show that how angry am I. Then only I can change that person. The problem is not with other people. Right? You have to forgive you, because this is not the way how to handle that moment. Right? So it's very important to forgive us. Then when I forgive myself, you all forgive yourself, you are peaceful. You cannot find that peace from the temple, from a Dhamma book. You have to forgive yourself for whatever the thing you've done. That's the greatest rehabilitation. When someone does a bad thing and goes to prison and become an inmate, prisoner in the prison, right? And they think that they are being rehabilitated, those people, right? And some people have a second chance, right? And some people getting a second chance. I saw recently in Malaysia, there was one person who got a second chance because he completed a PhD by being in the prison, right? Government was happy to give that second chance. But we believe that that rehabilitation is a good one. But the proper rehabilitation comes from forgiving us, because we don't know how that person thinks about the crime he or she may have done, right? That has to also happen. So just like that, as normal good citizens, we need to forgive us. No matter what you have done, good, bad, you have to forgive. That forgiveness will give you metta to do good things. Next is the metta. Metta is on the first one, because first you have to forgive yourself. Third, gently let go of unfinished tasks. That is connected to our previous slide. So we need to let go a lot of things in our life, because at the end, when we die, we have to let go our body as well. This body is also not belong to us. Somebody else has to take care of it, do the cremation and all that, right? So if we don't even hold to this body there, so we have to start. If you haven't been that person of letting go, at least start from today in tiny bits of letting go. You will find lots of happiness in your life. I know it's challenging to you, depending on how you are living, but it is the happiness. Sometimes happiness is very terrible, like nature is very evil sometimes, right? You go to the forest, you see nice trees and all that. At the same time, you see one animal is eating, hunting the other animal, eating alive. How terrible is that? But that's the nature, the predator mentality, right? So everything has pros and cons. In the same way, letting go is hard, but when you do it, don't let go whole thing. In the first place, some people want to let go the whole thing. It's not going to work for you. Let go gradually, slowly. This prevents the mind from carrying open loops, open loops into sleep. Open loops are those ones, they are unchecked and structure, the mind's structure with regard to thinking about certain things. We don't need open loops, we need to check what's happening. So now the first thing is close end the day consciously through these steps. Recall one good thing, at least forgive yourself, let go. That's first. Second, release the body first. As we said earlier, you need some kind of fitness. some kind of an activity, moving activity. Because in today's world, we have become sedentary. We are running a sedentary life, just sitting in front of a computer for the whole day, for the most part. And the norm is that that is the life. If you want to work online, you have to work like that. How many things are happening without our notice? We only look for the job, the salary that we are having, some perks that we are having at the end of the month. But sedentary life, right? What is happening to my blood flow in the legs? Am I far more susceptible to varicose problems? Am I having some problems with regard to my eyes? Right? So we have to manage. That's why it's very important to release our stress. One very good thing is what do you call deep breaths. Having deep breaths, very much important. And there are so many other things, right? So release the body as well, right? That is also a very important part. Second one. Third one, simple breath awareness. A breath meditation can also be very helpful. When you do the breath meditation, you don't have to do 1 hour, 2 hour. You can do it for a few minutes, at least 2-3 minutes. What is important is your constant doing, consistent practice of breath. Some people only practice breath meditation in a formal retreat, but you need to do it every day, not too long. I think 5 minutes is enough. Then you know that I can see my own breath and I want to calm it. The more I refine my breath, the calmer I am. When I calm enough, I can see the reality. I can see the clarity with regard to what's happening to me, my situation, my environment, my family, and everything. But a lot of people, they are not calm, so they cannot see the reality. They go by their emotions, reactions, their misperceptions, discriminations, because they cannot understand what's going on, right? So a simple breath meditation, breath practice, at least 5 minutes. When you do the breath practice, you need to keep in mind that you don't need to control your breath. Never control your breath. You only need to watch your breath. It is a practice of watching only. The more you watch, the more you're able to refine your breaths, which will help you to calm down. Third secret. This is interesting. Don't chase sleep. Sleep can become a craving, right? Have you seen people who are sleeping all the time? Morning also sleep. They say power nap. Okay, you have to charge yourself. You have power nap. But again, you are sleeping after eating. Again, afternoon also sleeping. Later afternoon also sleeping. And early evening also sleep. At night cannot sleep then. This is a problem. Why? You sleep too much. Right? It's like that somebody is doing unnecessary same thing that they are supposed to do earlier in their life. So they can't go for an official thing like that. Right? So you have to sleep at the right time. Buddhism teaches us, do the thing at the right time. Don't wait. Because if you wait, you lose it. You lose the opportunity. Right? So don't let sleep become a craving. Sleep is a very important part of our life. Don't let it become a craving. I'm not talking about medical issues that some people are carrying. Some people would like to, elderly people, they want to have a afternoon nap. It's good. It's good for them. That's no problem. I'm talking those people who are young, who can do a lot of things. And if you are so tired, yes, let's say if you are doing a 24-hour job like a flight attendant, yes, you have to sleep, right? You don't have other time. But it's better to plan ahead about this thing. Never let sleep become a craving. Because once sleep becomes a craving, that will block your calmness. Right? Then you are waiting for the environment to become very much favorable to you. Today raining, I can sleep too long, It's raining, cloudy, I like sleeping today. Then you are waiting external circumstances help your craving dream to happen. I think that is going to be another craving. I think you haven't ever heard about people who are craving for sleep. And today, there are sleep cravings, not even sugar cravings. Sleep cravings. We don't have to make it a craving. It's just sleep. We just let it happen during the right time. If you think I must sleep now, even before, do you have a adapter here? Yes. Maybe I can do it. This one? Yes. Even the laptop needs some recharge. So, if you think I must sleep now, even before your regular sleep, it might affect your sleep, right? Because when you push to sleep, you will not be able to sleep too. Now 11 o'clock, I must sleep now. So, but I'm in the bed for 2 hours but cannot sleep. But the other one comes to bed in around like 11:30. That's a one shot, right? Sleep for the 7 hours. You are too excited about the sleep, then you cannot sleep. Don't be overexcited about this natural, even meditation. Some people are very overexcited about meditation because by tonight I'm gonna be a sotapanna, as a part of my retreat. Maybe by because I'm practicing satipatthana so hard, In 5 years, I'm gonna be an arahant. Don't make a lot of expectations. Let it happen. Because then when we ask, no, Satipatthana Sutta says like that. Yes, it teaches us like that. But it doesn't say that we must do as such. Different people take time differently, right? And never do anything for the enlightenment. Just do the necessary things, Sila, Samadhi, Panya, as advice. Then enlightenment is natural. Because wisdom is natural. So my point here is that don't be overexcited about sleep. And you don't push yourself. Get ready for sleep. Sleep will come to you. Don't chase after money. But do the necessary things for the money. Money will come to you. But what are people doing? 24 hours they are chasing after money, How can I make money? How can I make money? No, but you are not doing unnecessary thing for the money. In this AI-driven world, physical jobs are losing. Then how to survive in this AI world? What should I know? Then I do the necessary things. Then money will come to me. Not that I go after money. Right? In the same way, never become overexcited about the sleep. Right? Instead, I am resting. Sleep follows the rest. No pressure. Right? So then, don't chase sleep. Get ready for the sleep. That is the fourth secret. Sleep will come to you. So the plan is that to talk like 1 hour is almost 1 hour, and I will try to speed up accordingly, and we will have some questions. I think you may have good questions too. Secret 5. Reduce mental input at night. No heavy news, minimal phone scrolling, soft lighting. Right? I think this is difficult. I understand that you still want to talk to people just before you sleep, but it's better that you have, maybe you talk to them a little earlier, right? And then you are not a avid reader of news all the time. It's global politics that you might be overwhelmed about these things. Things about certain people, ideas, characters. You do need to follow in a certain way, but you are not clung to those news, right? No heavy news, minimal digital, association, and then other things if you could. So this means the Buddhism asks us to prepare for the sleep, right? This is the idea. So reduce mental input because your mind has to rest, not even the body. Right? If you are too much doing at night, that might disturb. Right? 6. Make peace with thoughts. Thoughts appearing at night is normal. Don't argue with them. Treat them like passing clouds. What you resist persists. What you resist persists. So, we were talking emotions. Those are reactions, right? Now, those emotions are creating back thoughts, right? They can create back thoughts. So, when thoughts are appearing, normally when you go to sleep, a lot of thoughts can come to people. Like it's a very funny example. Like when you were small, when your parents asked you go and take a shower, you finished the shower less than 1 minute. How come? Even you didn't have time to lave the soap. No, no, I took a shower already. I had to run to some. But as you grow old, you are spending a lot of time in the shower. People have to ask, hey, get out of the shower. I also want to take a shower. Why? People are planning in the shower, not even taking a shower. Spending more time thinking, ruminating. Because as we grow, more problems come to our thoughts. More challenges come to these daily activities are disturbed by those thoughts. So that's why people are spending more time for that. Actually, it's not a good idea. When we go take a shower, if we take a good shower, we have to come back, right? Then what should I say? What should we say? No, this is not the time to think. This is the time to take a good shower, right? That's the time for the shower, not to think. And I eat, time to eat. You see a lot of people who are spending longer years in their life, they are saying, one of the reasons I feel that I'm longer in my life is that I chew a lot when I eat, right? When I take a morsel of food, I chew a lot. When I chew a lot, I help my bowels to process the food easily, faster. But nowadays, do people chew? Take it because thinking, looking at something, they don't know what they ate also. Maybe by 4 o'clock, what did I eat today? Yes, you did. And then don't ask about what they ate. They totally forget about that. Because our daily activities are disturbed really in this life. We have to revive them now. Only when we revive, we are going to this peace. I'm not telling you that you can't look at the phone. You can look at the phone. That's no problem. You get messages. But don't be stuck to your phone. You are eating. You are maintaining your body. Right? So, whenever you do something, you need to stick to that. But let's say you want to think about something, plan, wealth, money, then you take some time for that. Do a nature walk. Think about it. How best I can manage these things. Then more wisdom will come to you. When you are eating and thinking, not that much wisdom will come to you. You are only reacting to the moment. How come these people are requesting me like that? But when you go for a nature walk or something, then more wisdom will come to you. You are creating conditions for wisdom. So, what you should need to know is that when you go to sleep, when you lie down, as an adult, I know thoughts are coming to you. At that point, tell yourself, no time to think. I want to sleep now. You tell yourself, not to other people won't disturb you. No time to think about, I won't sleep now. Sleep. Otherwise, one thought by one thought keep coming to you. This happened today, this happened that way, tomorrow I have to do this. You can't sleep. So make peace. Right? You have to make peace. Don't fight with the thoughts. Make peace in a nice way. Right? That's the sixth one. Seventh one is very interesting. This is something that we've been talking in many places. Perhaps you may have heard. Metta. What kind of metta are you supposed to practice before sleep? Not even before sleep, actually. The Buddha told us, speak with loving kindness, metta, act with loving kindness, think with loving kindness. I will add a couple of other things. Before talk, you have to reflect with loving kindness. During your talk, you have to reflect with loving kindness. After you talk, do a follow-up about what you talk with loving kindness. So are the other two sections. So metta is very important because when we deal with other people, we have to have a lot of metta because other people are different than us. We are different personalities. What is the good nature to notice about your metta? Can you think about a very universal characteristic about whether you have metta or not? Metta means friendliness. You are a very friendly, easygoing person. Huh? No, those are secondary to those things. I mean, the nature that we can notice about somebody is that someone who is very open-minded, easygoing, very friendly person. Do we need such people in our life? We need them because when we work with some other people, they are not open-minded. They are close-minded. They are very difficult going, to convince. We can't work with those people. And then it's very difficult to stay there. And sometimes they are becoming troublemakers into the situations. So when you have real metta, you can display and you will see these qualities: open-mindedness, easygoing nature, and being very flexible person. Even there are problems that have some closeness, but that person is trying level best to open up for the flexibility. Right? If you don't have these three, you don't have metta. I tell you honestly, because then your metta is just a technical mechanism. What is the technical way? May I be well, happy, peaceful, but you are never happy, never peaceful. May no problems come to me. You are getting more problems than any other person who never know Buddhism. May no difficulties come to me. And you are doing the metta meditation in a difficult way. Right? So all the problems are there. So these, may I be well, happy, peaceful, may no harm come to me. May no difficulties come to me. May no problems come to me. May I always meet with success. May I also have patience, courage, determination to meet and overcome inevitable problems, difficulties. These must be materialized. Some people are doing all day long, but they are not materialized. I think I can share with you a small story, and we should be able to finish talking 5 minutes for the Q&A. This is a real story. During the Buddhist time, there was a monk in his temple who was always telling others, "Don't disturb me. I practice meditation." Have you met such people? Not monks, huh? Don't disturb me. Don't knock my door. Don't call me. I'm a digital overload. Digital fast retreat. Don't call me. Yes, you are in a digital fast. So what happened? One day, he's always inside the room. And then the other monks found a cobra came to the temple. They found him, but then they were trying to see him. He went somewhere. Then they couldn't find, now near the dana time. So they were kind of concerned about the monk in the room, because he's not coming out. But time to time he comes out, maybe for washroom and all that. So they told him, they wanted to knock the door and told him, there was a cobra came here, but we don't know where he went. You better watch out. He said, yeah, no problem. I have metta, I have metta. And then they went for the dana. But after the dana, they found out that the monk passed away while the Buddha was in the temple. Then they went and they understood the cobra might have attacked this monk. So then they approached the Buddha and told him, that monk who was practicing metta every day. Yes, I know. But he was bitten by the snake and he passed away. It shouldn't have happened, right? No, it happens. Why it happens was his metta is not inclusive. Inclusive means he did not practice metta to snakes, uraga, reptiles. His metta was a very, basic, universal one. So whenever you are staying in a place where there are a lot of elephants, you must metta to elephants separately, snakes separately. Then he gave the sutta, Kanda Sutta. Virupakkehi me mettang era patehi me, chabya puttehi me mettang kanha gotamakehi cha. Virupak, erapata, kanha gotam. What's the other one? Chabya putta. These are 4 types of reptiles. So that means, depending on the place you are staying, you need to sometime specify the beings in that particular area. So the Buddha said, if he had practiced that way, he would have saved his life, and the cobra could have felt his metta. Interesting, right? So that means metta is that, something like that. So you can't just go by a prayer, okay? Don't make it a mantra. You need to know who is out there, right? We need to know. There are people who are always saying, I do metta every day, but there's somebody in my family always disturbing me. Then I ask that person, have you ever included that person in your metta? No, never. I said, expect more problems, because you have to include that person. Then only that person can feel your metta. So then this metta is something that we have to do it inclusively, depending on the place where we are, who are we associating. Then only we will feel we get that support. So, and then as a result of metta, there are consequences. One of the consequences was Sukhang Supati, you can sleep well. Sukhang Patibujjati, you can wake up well. Then the Papakang Supinam Pasati, you will not see nightmares. I think these are very important. Right? Not even sleep well, get to sleep well, but also waking up peacefully. And then no dreams. Actually, we are not supposed to see dreams. Once you see dreams, you are not sleeping. So metta is very important practice for good sleep. So there are 7. So there are more things to learn, but because of the timing, I want to recap. Daily habits you can do, mindful walking, short poses, kind speech, gentle evening, that means those good night, beautiful nights, with regard to how you look at your past, present, future. And then sleep as a practice, not an escape. It's something that you practice certain things and sleep will come to you. Don't worry, we are going to share these slides with you later through Brother Bobby. And Buddha also pointed out that constant drowsiness is also a problem. If you are someone who's always sleepy, then you can do certain things according to Pachala Yamana Sutta, Anguttara Nikaya 7.61. When Arahan Moggallana during that time was not an Arahan, become very drowsy. And Buddha went there and told him ways 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 things that you can do when you are drowsy. Number 1, don't feed the sleepy perception. Reflect on the Dhamma mentally. These are steps you can do if you are sleepy all the time. Recite or review the teachings aloud. That means chanting, also helpful. Stimulate your body, Reflect on the Dhamma. What is that? I think there is something missing here. Investigation of the mind and cultivating the perception of light. That is something about, when you see the lights, you can't sleep, right? And the lights have come as a meditation. We call kasina, aloka kasina. And then practice walking meditation. One of the very important things you can do to stay awake if you are feeling drowsy, stop practicing meditation by sitting, get up and do walking meditation. So when you do some people like walking meditation more than sitting meditation. Because when you do walking meditation, one thing is that you are alert, you constantly do the meditation, your meditation is consistent. When you sit down, you have pain, difficulty with regard to thoughts. Still we have to do it. But walking meditation is the motivation to the sitting. It helps even sitting meditation go well. And if none of these 7 steps are going to work, then the Buddha said, then try to sleep like a lion. The Buddha's sleeping position called Sihaseya. On the right side, fully aware with a clear intention to rise promptly, not indulging in the pleasure of sleep. Actually, this Sihaseya, and if you can search online, Sihaseya, it is said the Buddha slept like a lion. You have to see, you can't see how lions sleep, but Sihaseya. When you sleep like a lion this way, because lion is very attentive to the things that are happening around him, right? So, it is said that when the Buddha slept like a lion, now he's asking us, in case we are drowsy, then we are not indulging in that lying down, sleeping that long. It helps us to stabilize with our kusala things, right? And the sleep on your back is called peta, ghost posture. Don't be worried about it. When you sleep like on your back, that is the most comfortable posture for everybody, position, because it's good for our back. Because it is said the hungry ghost They cannot sleep on their front side because they don't have a lot of bones. They only have to sleep on their back. That means you have the Peta Sayya, ghost position. Peta Sayya. Well, I mean, Peta Sayya is good, You will sleep like a ghost. I mean, if you don't, never know. It's called Peta Sayya versus Siha Sayya. Lion's position, like the Buddha and Arahants, and ghost position. But for us, I think if you have a back problem, if you have other problems, better to sleep like a ghost, but never become the ghost. Because it's very good for the back, right? So, but the thing is that perhaps when you sleep like a ghost, you have more karma. Yeah, more loba, dosa, moha can arise in a certain way, but that is the way how people sleep sometimes, right? Anyway, if none of the 7 previous steps don't work for your drowsiness, you can sleep like a lion. That will help you to be alert about what's happening. Not even that, that will stop your constant drowsiness. So while the Buddha talked about sleep, he also talked about how to manage, how to dismantle constant drowsiness, which is not a good thing. Also, you have to check whether this is coming from a medical condition like diabetic issues. They sleep in the daytime, they can't sleep at night. You have to make sure that this is not a spiritual problem. This is something like that. All right, the conclusion is that you need to have a gentle breath, soft body, kind thought. Peaceful sleep is not something you chase, it is something you allow. May you find natural restful sleep by a couple and somebody is snoring a lot, the other person cannot sleep. Then you better sleep earlier, right? There are other problems going on. But we have to see whether it is a medical problem, whether you are too sensitive to the sounds. If you make sure that they are not coming from any of those two, then you can ignore it, right?